Today we're talking feeders. Hello, I'm Griff Rees, welcome to Gwynny Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and we do reviews as well. Now today, it's that time of year where we start feeding the bees, and I want to talk about feeders and what type of feeders do I like and what type of feeders I use and what type of feeders I don't like, because sometimes I use them as well when I'm short of feeders. So I'm going to talk about 3 types of feeders mainly today, because that's what I've got on this site, and they're pretty much the 3 type of feeders you're going to be using. They're the most popular on the market. But before we get into that video, if this is your first time watching, welcome, and please hit that subscribe button. I try and upload new videos every week. Let's get into it. Now the first feeder I want to talk about is this Miller type feeder. Now these are pretty good feeders, mainly made out of wood. Sometimes being wood on the joints, syrup can seep out of there, and then you get wasps congregating or trying to burrow through that little bit of seepage. That can be a bit of a problem, but that's quite small really, because this type of feeders, the bees can really take in the feed quite quick. But you got to fill the void area up with either straw, or recently I learned you could use wood wool, which is like straw but it's actually wood. I'll show you now. You fill that area where the syrup is with that straw so the bees don't drown in it. So I'll open this box up and we'll take a look at Emilia feeder. So that's a Miller type feeder. So the bees are coming up this way into this area, and you've got to fill this area up with straw or wood wool or something quite similar, because otherwise the bees will drown if you don't do that. They could take that feed down quite quick. If the bees are healthy and they're taking the feed down a good day, all this feed will be gone, and one feed, your hive is up to weight. The ivy is just starting to come in, so hopefully by the time the bees top up on the ivy, I won't need to feed this hive again. It'll just be the one feed and they'll finish up on the ivy. So close this down and let's look at another feeder. So here we are, we've got, this is actually my favourite feeder. So here we are, we've got a Thorns Feeder. I think this holds 10 litres. And it's quite a simple feeder. This is my favourite feeder that I've got out of all my feeders. It's got a nice hole in the middle, plastic cone that fits over the top of it, so the bees can't drown in there because they haven't got the surface area to drown, and they can suck all that up until the feed until it goes right down. What you can do then is, if for example this hive is sloping, so feed is building up in one area, the bees can't finish it off. Once the feed comes down enough, take this cone upside down, take it off, put it down, the bees will come up and they'll clean the feeder perfectly dry. So when you take it off, it's totally dry. And being plastic, easy to wash, easy to keep clean. The wasps can't get to it. It's just a really cost effective and very versatile feeder. So here we've got my least favourite feeder, but it is the cheapest type of feeder, and this is just a bucket. This is a 5 litre bucket. That it's not a feeder, I've turned it into a feeder. It's just a 5 litre bucket. You drill holes in the lid. I can't remember what size holes I drilled. It was either 1 mil or 2 mil. Drill a few of them in the middle, turn this upside down, and as you turn it upside down, the syrup starts to drip out. Then it creates a vacuum, and then it doesn't drip out anymore, and then the bees can take the feed from inside and take it out. And out of all the feeders that I'm showing you today, this is by far the cheapest option when it comes to feeders. But the downside is this has got a plastic crown board. Having the weight in the middle does kink the sides up, so you've got to put stones down around the side to keep that flat, otherwise the wasps will get in. And the only other downside with this is you either need a big eek, or I don't use an eek. It's not forecasting a storm or wind, anything for the next couple of days. I just put the lid on there, keep most of the rain off. But I don't use these buckets on my out apiaries. I only use these buckets on the farm where I can keep an eye on them. But very versatile, cost effective, and you're talking pennies instead of pounds when it comes to feeding your bees with this type of bucket system. Well, that's it. That's the 3 type of feeders I use. What type of feeders do you use? Let me know in the comments, and which one is your favourite. Well, that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And don't forget, if you like this video and you want to watch more of the same kind of content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I try my best to put a new video out every week. Thanks for watching.